Morning, folks. We are at Heerewaarden, a small village, a small township, enclosed by two large rivers, the Maas and the Waal. The idea is that we're going to see a lot of history today. At least two old forts dating 16th century, and well, it's also an area with a lot of orchards and old mills, old ovens, things like that. So I expect a lot of history. And for once the weather is good. It was raining until tonight, and it will start raining later on this evening, but I hope to stay dry. Well, we'll see. See you later. Yeah, it is the Maas, the one on the south side of the town. Because the rivers are very near to each other, and they were main waterways. Because of that, they were a very strategic location. So, as long as we know in written history, there have been forts in this area, castles, and somewhere over there in the neighborhood of a village, Kessel, a few years ago the remnants of an old Roman temple, a large temple, have been found. The interpretation is that on the place where now the river flows, on that location once was a Batavian stronghold. The tribe of the Batavians located in this area was very pro-Roman. Just a few years ago, those remnants of a very old temple, and maybe even remnants of an old fort, were found in the old Roman fort, were found in this area over there. Of course, the rivers have changed their direction several times. So all what you see here is called the Bommelerwaard. It's one large polder, though a narrow one, because of those two rivers on each side. We'll see a lot of dikes today. This is the farm, the Fawn. There is its orchard. And this to the left is not a dike, but an old fortification. In fact, we are inside the 16th century fort now. That was built in 1588 and destroyed by the French around 1795. Ooh, a lot of piers over there. I'm just 1 or 2 weeks too early. This is clearly not a dike, but the work of the fence. And hey, someone forgot his cannon. Anyway, this fort was never rebuilt after its destruction by the French invaders. Once there must have stood barracks, wooden buildings or tents. Hi. Once in a while the river broke through the dikes, and then this was what remained. We call it the wheel. It's the deepest part where the stream dug its way through the dike. It won't be long now before we can pick the fruit. Apples. A few have fallen down already. Okay, I'll have to be in this area within 2 weeks. By now I'm through the village of Dreumel, and I'm on the northern side of the narrow strip of polder between the two rivers. Over there we have one of the main channels of the River Rhine. This one is called the Waal. here comes a monument. It honors our King William III, who was here on the 12th of May 1864, and it also commemorates the flooding disaster of 1855. Well, this William was very unpopular, but it would seem this was one of his more popular exploits. Dike for now, and I'm going to the river. Now, that's a Dutch chicken eating cheese. Hmm? That's the modern dike on the horizon, and behind it brickworks, I suppose. And I'm walking now on an ancient dike, the remnants of a dike, that is. And the river is on my right hand side. We are approaching Fort St. Andrews, and this over here, those are the remnants of an old sluice to regulate the water in the moat, I suppose. Originally the fort dates from 1590 something, but it was used as an outpost for the Cold War. That tower was in use until the 60s of this century, watching for Russian planes, bombers. Later on, in about 1812, it was rebuilt again. What we see here nowadays is from about 1812. Here was the heart of the fortification. It was usual in the 19th century to build forts with a tower right in the middle of them. A tower for the cannon, a tower for the lookout. The tower stood until 1945. The Germans demolished it when the Allies came too near. This is a small one, but when I was 14 I climbed one of 20 or 30 meters from the outside, that is. And I'm looking back to the River Waal. And there's the canal that connects the Waal through a sluice over there to the River Maas. And down here we are in that Fort St. Andrews, demolished by the Germans in 1945, built by the Dutch in 1815, 1816 something. Beautiful place. Well, it's quite steep, huh? I'm on my way back to Heerewaarden now. Here to my right is the River Maas again, and here to my left is the smokestack, are the two smokestacks of brickworks. I suppose they are brickworks. They might date end 19th or early 20th century. Good clay in this area, of course, for the bricks, and ample opportunities for transporting them, those bricks, over the river.